Lads, what is going on? Hope you're all doing super well. It's a big day, lads. The new Premier League cards are finally on Sorare available to buy, and I couldn't be happier. It's taken a while for them to come out, and we understand the reasons why that is, but looking on Twitter right now, Sorare have tweeted that the new cards are available to buy on market, lads. And I've been having a little scroll through the limiteds. We've obviously got limiteds, rares, super rares, and uniques, obviously. And you know what? The card designs have really grown on me. I cannot lie. This Dominic Szoboszlai Liverpool card here just looks absolutely insane. There's a cheeky little glare going on as well. And for the first time ever, we've got 3D cards. So if you kind of can see, the card moves. You can see the back of the card now. It also has a side with the Premier League logo, which I think is pretty cool. The sort of diamonds in the background of the picture of the card kind of glare. And you know what? We're looking up, lads. This is a massive improvement from where we, where Sorare first started back in, the 18-19 season. And yeah, they just look insane. I really love the look of them. And yeah, what's that? £460 bid already on the 1 of 100 Szoboszlai Liverpool card, which is a very tasty card indeed. We've got super rares as well, obviously. Only 31 out so far, ready to bid on. We've got Mitoma, Kluivert, Andy Robertson in there, Mark Flecken, Kaminsky, and Buemo. Big Declan Rice, baby. What a card that's going to be for somebody. Wow. Super rare Declan Rice, lads. Unbelievable. I'm just buzzing to finally see these cards on the market. We've seen snippets and previews of them, but we weren't able to to buy them. But today is that day, and you are able to buy these cards or bid on these cards and hopefully buy them from the new card auctions on Sorare. If you are completely new to Sorare, little plug, there's a link in the description of this video that will get you one free limited card once you've purchased your first 5 cards from the new auctions over on Sorare. And yeah, that helps me out, lads. It keeps the channel going. If you are new to or wanting to sign up to Sorare, then using my link does really help me out. I'm not gonna lie about that. And yeah, no, I'm just buzzing to see these cards in. It's not really the flesh because they're digital cards, but they just look great. I'm honestly, like, I've come round to the fact that these cards actually look better than I first imagined. Like, we saw the Croatian League and the Austrian League cards come out first, and for some reason, I don't know. As humans, we're weird about, new things and things looking different than they normally do. But you know what? After a couple of weeks, I'm really loving the look of these cards. And I was just kind of having a little scroll through, and a couple of names popped out to me as, like, there's new cards. Well, obviously, we've got new cards, but a lot of these cards already existed on Sorare, if that makes sense. So, Szoboszlai had Leipzig cards. If we go into his name here and click cards, we'll go down to limiteds. You can see that, he had his, his 21-22 Leipzig card, his 22-23 Leipzig card, and obviously, most recently, his, 23-24 Liverpool card. But there is a few new players, specifically in the under-23 category. And, well, if you do watch me, watch my videos, I am a massive under-23 player on Sorare. Like, I love collecting under-23 cards. It's kind of just my niche on the game. And I was kind of just having a little look through some of the cards I'm most excited about, really, that have, like, launched on Sorare, on the platform this season, on the Premier League. And these are cards that weren't on Sorare last year, so they're brand new. This is like the first time you're able to get your hands on them. And the first player I was quite excited about is Ben Doak, or Doak. I think it's Doak. Scottish, 7. I think he's, yeah, well, obviously his card says 17. I'm pretty sure he is still 17. I don't think he's had his 18th birthday yet. But there we go, the 1 of 1,000 Ben Doak. I mean, this kid looks really good. He played for the Scottish under-21s, I think, this international break. He played in pre-season for Liverpool. He has made his Premier League debut. I'm just looking at here. He played against Chelsea this season, but this kid looks electric. Any Scots watching this, you've got, a winger for the next sort of 15 years, I would say, in Ben Doak. He looks unbelievable. I really like the look of him. And yeah, this is the first time we've seen his cards on Sorare. So, I'm interested to see how much they go for. And and how he, sort of fits into this Liverpool side. Another player I'm really excited about is Oscar Bob. If you follow Man City, if you follow the Premier League and youngsters, you'll probably know of this kid. But yeah, Norwegian sort of under 21 international. He's basically like a Phil Foden regen. It's really strange. Like, he plays very, very similarly to Phil Foden. Very technical, great left foot, sort of comes in off the right wing really nicely. And yeah, just love the look of him, and I'm just buzzing to see him finally have cards on the platform. One that's a little bit closer to home as far as nationalities go, if you couldn't tell, I am a Welshman, and Luke Harris for Fulham is finally on the platform, lads. And this is a kid that is really, really highly rated. I think he took the sort of the Premier League 2 by storm last year for Fulham, scoring a bucket load of goals. And I actually watched him play for Wales under 21s this most recent international break, and he looked unbelievable. Like, 18 years old playing under 21 football, which is not that much of a shock, I guess, but he's been involved in the first team. As you can see, he came on against Man City, to be fair. Didn't really do too well as far as Sorare scores go, but very talented 18-year-old player there for Fulham, and hopefully a future, full Welsh international. I'm sure, sort of his time will come, but yeah, really excited to see him progress. I don't expect him to be a great card this year on Sorare as far as, playing for Fulham's first team, but these are just kind of, ones for the future. And we'll throw in a goalie to finish the under-23 talk off, and it's going to be Marcel. I think it's Marcel or Marcelo. Yeah, Marcelo Pitagula. Pitagula? I saw clips of this kid in Liverpool training on my timeline a couple days ago, and Brazilian goalkeeper, so great to learn from, Alisson Becker being a fellow Brazilian at Liverpool. But he was doing some like shot saving and stuff, as obviously goalkeepers do, but he was like saving Salah's shots and Van Dijk's shots, and they couldn't really believe how good of a shot stopper he was in the clip that I saw. And yeah, I can't lie, I haven't seen too much of him, but the fact that he's obviously with Liverpool's first team, potentially the next sort of one to come through, the sort of the Liverpool ranks. And I'm just over on SofaScore trying to see where he actually came from. Like, did they sign him from somebody in Brazil? But all it says is he went on loan to Macclesfield in 2022. It doesn't actually say that, where he was bought from. So they potentially got him for some sort of compensation fee, very, very, young in that sense. They might, I don't know when, but they brought him over at some point from Brazil. But another really excited under 23 goalkeeper that I'm definitely keeping my eyes on, lads. I also completely understand if you're, new to Sorare and haven't yet, maybe not even signed up, but maybe if you have signed up and you can't maybe afford to buy any limiteds, or right now, there is the chance to play the Premier League Amateur, which is just under play. You go to upcoming, which is, for this upcoming weekend, Premier League Amateur. And all you have to do, lads, is just draft 8 players, 2 forwards, 2 midfielders, 2 defenders, 2 goalkeepers. You have a budget of 400 points or gems or whatever we're going to call them. They're in the bottom left down here. And yeah, you just basically pick, 8 cards, 8 players. They're common cards, hence the color of the card. You don't actually, you can't sell these cards or anything. You can't really do anything with them in that sense, apart from play them in the Premier League Amateur, which is great because it allows you to learn the game, see how players score points, etc. I'm just randomly getting the boys together here, but thoroughly sort of go through your draft and kind of pick the 8 players you want, and then after that you will be you'll be asked to sort of pick 5 players to play in this upcoming game week. So for example, that could be my draft, and then I would go into confirm draft, and then I would play my 5 players, 1 goalkeeper, 1 midfielder, 1 defender, 1 forward, and 1 extra player from the 8 cards I own for this upcoming weekend. So I'm not going to do that because this was just a random 8 players. I want to strategically go through the 8 players that I want to pick in another video, but that's kind of the idea of it. You don't have to spend any money on these amateurs competitions. They're completely free to play, and there is limited cards for you to win. So you could technically win, well, it doesn't actually say right now, but you will be able to win a tier 1 limited, which will be a Premier League card. I can't imagine that will be like someone like Haaland, because he'd be a star rare. The tiering system goes star rare, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. First place gets a tier 1, which would be a very, very good card. And tier 5s, from 160th to 300th, will get tier 5. So yeah, that's for the sort of free to play players. If you don't have or don't want to spend any money on the platform right now, you still come into terms with the whole situation and how it all works. And I understand it's very overwhelming, and yeah, I think you should take your time and play the amateurs for a bit, and then maybe move up the ranks, maybe into the semi-pros, and then maybe into the full-on limited competitions, you know, where you can win, you know, money, cash prizes, Ethereum, and cards as well. So that's kind of the idea behind that. Lads, I hope you did enjoy that little introductory video to the new Premier League cards. I'm buzzing to get my hands on a couple of them. I'm not sure who I'm going to go for yet. I need to strategize and see what my bank balance can afford. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave it a like, and let me know what Premier League cards you're interested in buying, and I shall see you guys in the next video.